right, you guys. It's Mo. Mo enhanced. Mo's here. Mo is tipsy, and Mo is now finally reviewing this piece of festering corn kernel crap that was Barbie. I actively was rooting for commercial breaks. Now, I will say one thing positive. The Indigo Girls, Closer to Fine was in it, possibly a really good music pick, and so was Matchbox 20 Push, so that was great. The movie started with Stupid, denigrating motherhood, basically saying, who really wants to be a mother after all? Because, as you know, motherhood is pointless and stupid when you can be a career woman and give all of your time, treasure, and wisdom to corporations. Greta Gerwig, are you serious? How? How? Okay, so then Barbie comes in. And I will say one thing for this festering, ridiculous propagandist pile of poo that just gushes with self-righteous indignation, totally missing the point that it's misandrous to the absolute nth degree. I mean, how can you miss the fact that you are so effing hypocritical? It is mirrored to your face. You simply are so myopic, so blind in your little desire to be a total victim yet shero that you can't see how absolutely horrifyingly evil this particular mindset is. But I digress. At least in this movie, as we see Barbie wake up and be totally superficial. Again, Margot Robbie may be the hottest woman ever. I look, props to you, ma'am. You do look like every single Barbie. And we have, you know, regular Barbie, brunette Barbie, fluffy Barbie, pregnant Barbie, not female Barbie, if you catch my drift, and all the Barbie girls are being Barbie sheroes. They are debating plutocracy, and, they can have emotions and be logical at the same time. And at least in Barbie world, the female Barbies are also construction workers. So, oh, at least we aren't being, total hypocrites. I did give Barbie props for that one. I was like, "Oh, well, at least your Barbies are also being construction workers, so there you go. At least that's good." Now, in hysterical blindness levels of irony and missing the effing point of your plight being, just terrible. The Kens are basically accessories, which the Barbies can take or leave. They have no agency. They are simply there to serve the Barbies. And that is perfectly okay. That is, they are subservient to the will of the Barbies. They're really just there to bask in the ever hopeful gaze of their Barbies and hope that one day they will pay attention to them. They really have no personality outside of being, the and Kens. So again, had this been in reverse, this would be a terrible, terrible thing. Ken would like to have some alone time with Barbie. She's like, no, it's girl night. It's always girl night. You go sleep on the beach. I mean, in this perfect world that the Barbies assume that since Barbies are able to do all the jobs and the Kens are just there to look pretty, that they have solved all the real world's problems. This movie is dumb. This movie could have been marketed to little girls. This could have been a really cool movie. I can't imagine how cool it would have been if I was, 7 or 8 and they had a real live action Barbie movie that wasn't full of propagandist bullshit and it was for kids. But no, you get an activistic, ridiculous, you know, author, director screenwriter who wants to push her I am female, I am victim, she-ro, hear me roar. You can't have two things at the same time. You cannot be a victim of the patriarchy and be a she-ro. You have to pick one, ma'am. I'm so fucking tired of this. I really, really am. I'm sorry. No, no, I'm done. Stop whining. You know what? Men have to deal with the same type of bullshit. Same things, okay? They're supposed to be strong, yet gentle. They're supposed to be, the breadwinners and take on all the stress, be the heads of the family. But God forbid they be the head of the family and be too mean because then they're bossy and controlling. And, oh, if, their wife leaves them, then they've lost half of their income and they may never see their children again because courts tend to favor the woman. So how about life is hard for everyone, get a damn helmet? Okay. So there's that. Anyways, this is it could have been such a really cool movie. And then they turned it into this propagandist piece. And look, what's his face did a good job as Ken. He wasn't as insufferable as the rest of the movie. I still was more impressed with the commercial breaks. I am not gonna lie. This movie made me actively wish that I was shaving my legs with lemon water. This movie made me want to, check into Guantanamo Bay. Instead, this movie, I was 3 minutes in and I'd already, Twittered or tweeted to Kaiser. I was like, my brainy bits are hurting. It's so dumb. It's so beyond dumb. And then that empowerment speech at the end. Again, life is tough, people. Life is tough and wonderful and awesome and all of it all at the same time, and it never gives you a chance to breathe. And sometimes, once in a while, you get a lull and you get to look around and see how incredibly blessed you are. And sometimes it just sucks all the donkey balls. But you know what? This is supposed to be a fun Barbie movie. This is not supposed to be, feminist revolution takeover. And then you take over Barbie Land after you realize how bad it feels to be subjugated, like y'all are already complaining you are. And then, you know, you continue to subjugate the Kens. This is what get off your high horse, feminists. You want all of the privileges and none of the responsibilities. You don't want to pick up trash. You don't want to go work on oil rigs. You don't want to be conscripted. Then stop complaining. Stop complaining. I am so tired of all the complaining. So tired of it. You know what? We can talk about female mental health and we could talk about men's mental health. It doesn't have to be and or. It can be both. But I am tired of every time I try to bring up the fact that my boys are struggling with the education style, or my boys are, or most boys are on, different medications from ADHD to depression, and we have a generation of lost boys. You have one person in the damn chat that's like, what about girl mental health? I didn't say I'm not worried about it. I am simply talking about something else right now. We can have that separate discussion. But right now, I would like to talk about why men are struggling, why by every metric, men are struggling right now. I would like to save my husband. I would like to save my son. And I'm sure millions of women out there would like to make sure that their brothers, their sons, their cousins, their fathers, their, the people that they work with, their bosses, their coworkers, the people that they run into. I'm sure they all want to know how they can help the men around them. So, no, it's not that we don't care about women. We would just like to make sure our men are safe. Because right now we look around and we see an epidemic of men's mental health being ignored. It's a joke. It's a punchline. It's a, stupid white men, stupid, alpha patriarchy, stupid this, take down the patriarchy, your male privilege, all this other stuff. We're getting a little fed up. There's a lot of women out here who have a lot of men that they love. And we love them and we care about them and we want to see them thrive. And there's a lot of women like that. So perhaps watch Barbie again from Ken's perspective. You guys are constantly on about victimhood. Ken has no agency, not one bit of it. But you guys want to complain about being victims. No. This has taken an interesting turn. What I will say is this. Look, if anyone knows how it feels to have that empty chair, empty seat, empty person at your table, at your house, because, mental health was not taken care of, and then someone started to self-medicate, turn to addiction, it's me. And I'm really, curse warning, motherfucking tired of Hollywood making men's mental health, men's problems, a fucking punchline. Because there's those of us who have had to bury people. It's not a punchline. That being said, I think this movie completely missed the mark. I think Barbie should have been fun. It should have been for kids. Again, you had a bajillion-dollar opportunity to make something fun and hysterical for kids along the line of Shrek. You could have even kept in the fairly adult theme if you wanted, but made it much less overt and obvious. It was much too ham-fisted. Greta Gerwig, you don't understand subtlety, and I swear to God, if you ruin Narnia, I will be starting absolute roast teardowns of every single episode. I will show no mercy. Verbally, YouTube. I'm just saying. But this movie is a solid F for me. I did learn that Reese's is coming up with new Reese's cup and I think peanut butter something or other. Look, I was just there for the commercials for this one. Must miss television. Hard pass. Sucked so many donkey cocks. Do not watch. All the curse words in this one. All the feelings. This is a weird video, obviously. Full of the rambles. So there you go, guys. This is my review of Barbie. As I said, skip this Pepto-Bismol Moab of destructionist feminism, reconstructionist bullshit, if you can, because I did this just because I love you. But this was a slog. I would have rather done topless. Okay, not topless. Let's see. What would I have rather done? I think I would have rather have listened to Daryl Brooks for 5 minutes uninterrupted as he tried to talk to me. Chatted me up. Like intently tried to flirt with me. I would have rather endured that than watch this movie. I mean, both are horrifying, but I'd rather do that. or listen to more Vince McMahon text messages, which we might be going over because holy fazolies, what are those? Anywho, I'm going to get off of here and put all the cursey word warnings on this video. Bye, guys.